I know I usually do these on Twitch, but this stream is going to be straight to YouTube, same as the last one, since... Oops, I continue. I'm so used to doing this from the old file. We're going to start a new file today. I usually do, these from Twitch, but I've decided to switch over to do them directly to YouTube, since this way, like, they don't go down as much, because Twitch has been failing me a lot lately, and I want them all to be in the same folder here. I've been getting a lot of traction from my Dark Cloud content, so I decided I'm going to keep it up a bit, and we'll do some walkthrough stuff, depending on requests of any kind. I might impose certain challenges. Oh crap. We'll go with the standard player name. Leave everything default for the most part, so that way any new players that can watch this content will get some amount of clarity, convenience. I'm gonna skip cutscenes because this is more of a walkthrough video than a let's play, and now you can enjoy the story more for yourself. I can get right into the meat of it without me having to spend 5 minutes on cutscene drama. I'll be sharing a bunch of play tips and things you can do to enhance your experience or get the most value out of plays in general. You can't skip this cutscene, unfortunately, but convenient that the mayor survived as well. This gotta be the source of a lot of free stuff in the early game. Really abuse this guy for a lot of your early game conveniences. He'll restock you every time you come out of the dungeons. So come in here immediately, you get this prickly. Pricklies are one of the best fishing baits in the game, and they sell for quite a lot of money. So always want to grab that as soon as you can. There are no other chests around for the first time you're in here, but whatever. Gotta look around sometimes. You might get lucky. You always have to open each gate the first time, but after that you can just teleport in. You also have to deal with the mandatory King of the Fairies cutscenes. I'm gonna speed through them, but you can always pause them or take a look if you like. I'll wait a full second on each frame, so that way it'll be easier if you want to read this stuff. I'll give you the gist myself. So this guy's the Fairy King. He saved the world. He's telling you this isn't going to be a joke. So, every floor you need a gate key. Gate key is carried by monsters, except in certain situations. You kill all the monsters, he can teleport you out for free. If you need to leave the dungeon early, he can't teleport you out, you need to use escape powder. Pretty simple. Weapons will break, you can use repair powder to stop them from breaking. If they last long enough, you get new weapons. This is Atla, it's kind of the whole point of the game. You get the stuff you need for the city builder. Alright, so, floor 1. Bats. These are one of the most annoying enemies in the game. They can poison you. Best way to fight them is to charge up your charge attack before they can... and wait till it comes in, and then slash. You can also block. You can't get poisoned through the block. Sometimes you can if you're really unlucky with the RNG, but... you gotta wait, bait, and then slash them. Dashers, as you can tell, like the hit and run, they do get staggered when you slash them, so you can chain some hits together. Usually go down to 5 hits with your base weapon. Money! Money makes the world go round. The monster drops of money are pennies. You're never gonna get a subsequent or substantial drop that's gonna really be like, oh look at all that. It's always less than 10. There's never a 2-digit or 3-digit figure. Tram oil. That's pretty goddamn lucky. So, tramway is the back floor key. You use that to see the question mark on the map there. That's where you use the tramway. Monsters back there are absurdly hard in comparison to your current level, assuming you're at your current level in the game where you get it. But in exchange, you get really good drops. Monsters there are more likely to drop gear, well, not gear per se, but like things you can use. Better items, and chests are guaranteed to have rare items in the back door. But the monsters will always be higher level than you're prepared for, and they'll always be pumped with stamina, which means they will take half damage and deal double damage. So there's a lot to have to deal with. Check my chat real quick. Alright. Fence. Wonderful. Never go anywhere without a fence. The things you want to look for on each floor, there's always going to be one chest that has the map and one chest that has the magic gem. And they tell you the layout of the floor and what's on it. One thing I always make a habit to do is, even if I'm in critical condition, run around the floor as best you can to try and collect all the atla on a given floor. Yes, you can come back for it later, but there's one thing people get caught up doing is fighting all the monsters. You certainly do not have to fight all the monsters, especially when it's not going to do you any good. Now, currently, I haven't found the floor key yet, so I need to keep fighting monsters until I find it. But whereas I don't have a weapon that's really worth leveling up at the moment, fighting monsters doesn't do a whole lot for you, other than break your weapon. Playing a game of back and forth with this guy. You can combo until you hit him with some of these weaker enemies, but it's a really bad habit to get into, because as soon as you hit an enemy that you can't stagger, or an enemy that can take your full combo, they'll just laugh it off, and yeah, it hurts. Sure, some enemies like this guy have just full combo because one combo kills, and he gets staggered with the floor key. These, ignore these every time you can. Just walk right past. Do not be enticed. They do not do you any good. Let me check. Do I don't have the other key yet. Alright, so you can see that orange line at the top of my map there. I need a bone key to get through there, so I'm not going to bother walking up that way yet. But yeah, the circles on the floor back there, they're luck circles, and most often, they're not particularly lucky. Well, the first few times you go, they're guaranteed to give you stamina. You deal double damage, you take half damage. It's very nice, blue. It also erases whatever status you have, because in this game, you can only have one status at a time. So, stamina's pretty cool. Helps you out in a couple ways. The thing is, I'm not going to fight those guys, I don't have to. But, you don't need to use them, and if you don't need to use them, you should avoid them. The more often you use them, the more likely you are to get negative effects. And the negative effects are far worse than the benefit you're going to get from the positive effects. Plus, some of the effects that are supposed to be positive function pretty negatively sometimes. So yeah, I'm very timid around the bats because you need to really avoid letting them touch you. They'll poison you, it'll be rough. It may annoy you guys when I'm letting my weapon beep, but you really gotta make the most out of your weapon hit points. Good. I use about 1 for that. It's gonna take 3 more hits to kill him. Ah, shit. Could have been cleaner about that. It's not gonna end up mattering. I get 1 more hit, he'll die. Oh, my weapon actually broke. Took 2 hits there. That's alright. No, it doesn't matter. I didn't have anything on it. You should avoid letting that happen, but I don't know why I'm fighting these guys. I don't have to. I'm gonna walk away. Alright, let's open this up. Oh, good. Now I know exactly what I'm avoiding. That actually does help, because now I can see this atla in the corner that I actually didn't know was over here. There you go. I could use my tram oil now, hop on this tram, but I actually like to use them for something else. Yes, the rewards are nice, but my favorite thing about the tram oil is that it respawns all the monsters on the floor every time you use the tram. So it's a great thing to do for grinding, and I don't want to waste that ability. Plus, like I said before, I don't have anything that's really worth leveling up yet. So, getting those rare weapon pieces isn't really worth it at the moment. We'll just speed right along. There, throw that in there. Be on our way. Now, in the early game, more often than not, it's going to be beneficial to you to leave the dungeon on every floor. I am not going to bother with that as much. We'll get a faster playthrough here. Kitty cat. Kitty cat will come up later. She'll become one of your best friends. When I first played through this game, I actually hated the cat. But that's because I didn't understand what I was doing. And I was particularly unlucky. So I didn't realize her merits until much later. We'll get a combo into this guy. There's the exit, by the way. I'll take a second to mark it on my map as we pick up a prickly. Now, pricklies, like I said, they're great fishing, but I'm not going to be doing any fishing during this walkthrough. If you want to look at fishing guides, they're pretty cool. Maybe I'll do a fishing guide afterwards, but you do not need to fish to get through the game. I've never really needed it myself. It's really cool. Fishing in this game is better than in most. But we'll be using the pricklies as stored cash and such. They sell for a lot of money, and when you die, I'm not going to be dying, ideally, but the idea is that you can hold on to the pricklies, die, and still sell them for money. So even though you normally lose half of your cash when you die, holding on to a decent amount of things to sell for money will be well off. Yamek's attacks, the sand sweep there, you cannot block that. It will still hit you. So you just want to back off and then run in while he's getting back up and get a couple hits on him. A lot of enemies, if you ever play Dark Souls, you know the bait ideas. Baiting attacks is the safest way to play. That you never know when an enemy's going to go, oh, treasure key, beautiful, that'll be handy later. Oh, actually, I said I won't be doing any fishing, but that's not necessarily true. I will probably fish for the Martingarion at some point. Although, I'm probably going to do that off-stream. And I'll give a tutorial on how to do it at some point, but I won't make you guys sit and watch me do it. It can be really boring and repetitious. The Martingarion is a fish that's definitely worth catching, because it allows you to never need chest keys ever again. The second you get a Martingarion, you are set for life. You can just sell all your chest keys for the rest of the game and only be better off for it. These, if you hadn't figured out, fully heal you. They fully heal your water, and so getting lucky enough to have them 2 floors in a row is fantastic. Sometimes you get fortunate enough to have more than one on the floor. If the gate exit is close enough to it to make it worth the trip, sometimes I'll even walk and splash in one before I get to the next floor. If you are taking heavy damage just because you're not used to the combat, or you've had lucky enough to have some of the drops or heals that I've gotten so far, don't be afraid to leave the dungeon. Alright, yeah, that's my first time getting poisoned, though. Notice, I managed to get a second antidote, so I'll be good. But if you don't, don't be ashamed to leave and come back later. Because dying is not fun. I'd always rather leave on my own terms. Plus, although you don't need any money yet, so there's not a whole lot of reason not to go to death, you're better off not wasting resources. I'm not even really looking at the Giorama I'm getting. I generally just grab as much as I can and check it out when I get back in town. Alright, we'll do victory spins. I'm pretty sure I don't have the key. Yeah, I have this key. Oh, no, I have a 4 key, so I have no reason to fight these guys. Alright. Yeah, that's another thing. You notice I don't have repair powder, so I'm only damaging my weapon, which is not helpful. I will probably leave the dungeon at the end of this floor to go up and get repair powder so you can get through the next floor, because I currently do not have enough weapon hit points to get through an entire floor. I probably could have if I was smarter. I'm gonna get clobbered. Oh, there we go. Repair powder. Lucky me. Sometimes you get lucky like that. There's a large amount of the RNG in this game is in the early game anyways, getting the resources you need to move on. I'm gonna get clobbered again. It's my own fault. Oh, there we go. I'm being kinda greedy. Don't be greedy. Lesson 1. Alright. My dagger is full, I can upgrade it. If I upgrade it now, oh, you know what? I do have things I can throw in here. I don't know. It's not the magic power. That's a huge waste on it. Sky Slayer, also a huge waste. Whatever. I'll just give it the upgrade to get that attack boost and the HP boost, but I'm not gonna put anything on it. It may be tempting to put bonuses on, like I was just tempted to a moment ago. Oh, look at that. Beautiful. I'll finish my train of thought first. So it may be tempted to put things on your weapons just because you have them and you can. It's not always the best idea if you want to be conservative. Save your bonuses for things that need them. So, for example, you're gonna find swords that need magic power or that need Sky Slayer. Depending on what kind of playthrough you want to do, you can always use Broken Dagger glitch on your weapons to max, but that's boring. I've done it a couple times myself, but only for like speed runs and for just the sake of having max weapons when don't want to take the time, but I want to have every weapon in the game. So people will make their excuses. But if you want to just do an honest playthrough, I recommend not doing it. It's much more rewarding to get through the game without cheating. You'll notice I'm not fighting anything, and that's because, as I pointed out before, you don't need to. I'll start fighting more enemies once weapon experience matters. We're living in a life where it's just do what you've got to do and not a whole lot more. The more conservatively you play, the more floors you can do at a time. The more floors you do at a time, the more progress you make quicker. That being said, oh crap. Believe it or not, bread does not open the door. That being said, be as liberal as you want with your playthrough. Like, do what you want to do, have fun with it. You don't have to rush like I'm doing right now. I just figured these tips would be helpful. And maybe seeing someone play conservatively will help you conserve your own resources, make your own playthrough smoother. Fairy King again! He is going to give us a little speech about using blocking, locking on, and charge attacks. This is all just game tutorial stuff. Doesn't really any tips so much as that last one there where you want to put attributes on your weapon. Having an attribute on your weapon scales damage, etc. I'll show you myself real quick. When you go to your weapon, you've got attack, endurance, speed, magic power, you've got your elements, and you've got your antis. What the antis do is they scale your damage. For example, my damage is increased against beasts, and it's got the wind attribute. Now the wind attribute is super effective on the bats, and the beast anti makes it you deal more damage to beasts, as it says right there. So the creatures that are in those types will take more damage from my attacks. If you're afraid of having to deal with anything in particular, then they're good to scale up whatever you need to deal with, whatever you need to deal with. For example, the second village is in the forest, so a lot of the enemies are plants. So having Plant Slayer is very helpful. But see, I have this dash right here, is the Beast, so the Beast Slayer on my weapon is helpful. I'm gonna kill this bat real quick. I missed. It's rough. Yeah. Oh. Slash you a couple times, stop. Now this time I actually have something to lose if this breaks. I'm gonna lose that level, and I don't want to do that. So I will repair my weapon here. Alright, switch my attention from the bat, charge. Oh, ended up killing the dasher, but that's fine. Kill's a kill. Alright. See, now, my jump slash takes precedence. I still have collision, so the bat stops, but my hitbox is in the air, so his attack misses, and then I get my slash off. Oh, I hate these guys. I forgot that they are on this floor. Crap. Well, I'm still gonna grab all the Atla, and I have escape powder. So, we can get it all done, leave, and then come. If I don't get the gate key without killing any of them, then we'll figure something out. Thing is that attacking these guys takes like 5 hits to kill them, and you lose between 3 and 5 weapon hit points per attack on them. So, just swing into this guy is going to destroy my weapon before he dies. I'm going to open a bunch of chests, see if I can get some throwing weapons. That's the best way to take them down in the early game. Obviously, you want to throw as much endurance on your weapon as possible to help them not break when you hit enemies like that. It'll greatly reduce weapon consumption. But the best idea is just not fight them until you're ready. Obviously, wasting time and energy fighting them is not a big deal. Especially, look, I can literally, like, walk faster than So, you can just run away. It's not a big deal. Remember, running is always an option. Fight the enemies you can fight, because you never know, one of them will have the key instead. It'd be nice, and you don't have to fight the bigger enemies at all. Pick your battles. Don't fight fights you can't win. Or don't fight fights that'll put you in a really bad situation. Alright, so you know this guy here, but I'm gonna run past him, grab this chest. A map. A map, you say. Well, let's see. More tram oil. Holy cow. And in the tram oil room. And this, you gotta also be really careful when you go in the back floor, because a lot of enemies will have mimics. Like the floor 3 one, I'm pretty sure if I go down here, I'm gonna have a ton of mimics to deal with. Another reason not to go before you're prepared. One of the best things to do is to complete a dungeon and then do the back floors, because that way you'll have already seen every enemy in the dungeon, so when you see the standard version, you'll have a better idea of how to handle it. Like if I were to, say this is my first playthrough ever, and I hear I'm floor 3 and I use the tram oil, then I'm going to go to that back floor, and I'm going to experience enemies I haven't learned to deal with yet, and it can cause problems. Well, I say I, the player in question. You get the idea. Didn't have to wait to jump slash him, he was stuck. Oh, this is one of my favorite little glitches. They just freeze for a minute in midair and scream before they die. Okay. Poisonous apples! That will do the trick. That will do it. I will show you. I'm still gonna save it, because if I don't need to fight, I won't. But the poisonous apple will kill us. The stone enemy. It's gonna be kinda cheesy, but sometimes that's how it be. Alright, life is reaching its limit there. We're gonna, oh crap, don't wanna accidentally trash our water. I need that. Alright. Head over here. Atla. Still don't have the crystal yet, since there's at least one more chest on this floor. Wouldn't that be suckish if our last chest is the crystal? Stone statue and the statue dog, same deal. Statue dog will deflate when you run far enough away, so it's even easier to get away from. Statue dog doesn't do a ton of damage, but he will turn into, there we go, see, we don't even need to fight him. He will turn into a problem, because he can block attacks, and because he will turn back into the stone form, which is impervious. Endurance 1, let's throw that right on this puppy. Yeah, weapons and bonuses, as you see, will apply whether or not they're on the weapon, so I could probably just throw this on right now anyway for the benefit, even if I'm not gonna embroider it. But it's still a good thing to have there, so you benefit from it now, even if I don't enchant the weapon with it. I'll still be nice to have that bonus for the time being. Look at this. What did I call it? One lone room. And this is gonna have the magic crystal in it. I'm just grabbing it for completion's sake. It doesn't really matter. But 0 difference. Now we can see all the enemies we didn't kill. Oh, actually, that did make a difference. Look at that, top left corner. That's why you grabbed magic crystal, fellas. I almost walked away without grabbing that Atla. Wouldn't even know it was there. Ah, crap. Oh, that was close. Collision, man. Get stuck on enemies. Always look where you're going. Alright. It's easy to get stuck on some of the geometry in this game, like watch this, like, boop. So, you know, pay attention. Circle around. It doesn't animate. Grab this. Ignore the circle. Alright, Claude. So, one thing I should tell you is that what I'm doing is something speedrunning-ish, because like I said, I'm conserving resources as best I can, so it doesn't matter that I'm not getting resources as much. But the fairy chests are free items that spawn that you only get when you place items and every time that you beat a floor in a dungeon. Every time you complete a new floor in a dungeon or return with new Atla, you get fairy chests. And they're pretty cool. They're literally just presents from the fairies. Resources that'll help you out. Alright, I'm gonna do this next floor real quick. I do say real quick, because that's what it will be. It will be quick. This is a special floor right here. I'm gonna get jumped by getting skeletons, and then we'll have our first duel. And duels are quick time events. You can do them as many times as you want. If you complete them perfectly on your first try, you get a special reward. Usually a rare item. We'll do our best, but no promises. It's been a while. Alright. Also, pause when you kill a second skeleton, because sometimes it drops rewards, and if this guy dies before you grab it, you won't get it. 1, 2, 3, he dies. See, it just ends right there, so sometimes they drop items, and it sucks to not get them. Now, this is a creature you fight later called Master Jacket. Alright, so anyway, we're gonna have a special duel with him, and, hopefully I can perfect it on the first try, and I'll show you those special rewards. Otherwise, whatever. Ah, perfect. So you get a perfect, it says excellent instead of clear. And right here, see, a present from the fairies of Terra. They give you a reward. So, and not sorry. Normally, these chests contain the gate key and the undead buster. But because I beat it in one try perfectly, one of the chests will have something like this. A way better reward, if you ask me. And that's how it goes with every single quick time event in the game will be similar, where it's not really impressive that I just beat this particular one that easily, because this is the first one and easiest one in the game. I did do a playthrough once, where I made sure that I perfected every single dungeon. Every single quick time event was perfect on the first try. And if I didn't, I would reload, just for the sake of it. It was a challenge run, it was fun. Alright, do I want to do floor 5? Can I do floor 5? We're gonna leave the dungeon temporarily, I think. I think this is a good point to take off for a second. We'll, build up some of the village, talk to the mayor, just stuff. We're gonna get a tutorial on how to place Atla. Breeze through real quick. I'll show you some playing it, so I'll just speed through this cutscene. There he is. He's gonna point his stick at me. Alright. How dare you point your stick at me, old man. Alright. It's pretty simple. You press select, you go in the air, you spew buildings out of your hand. The manual is actually really annoying. You can use it to read. It's a good tutorial in case you need any tips, because this is the part where he leaves you and stops giving you tutorials. So it just covers everything he's already told you and stuff like that. Problem I have with it is it takes up inventory space, and you can't trash it. So I usually just dump it down here until I can get storage space, and then get rid of it. But yeah, it's really annoying. So, whatever. We'll just leave it to be where it's going to be for now, because I like to use square to organize, quick organize. Look at this. This is all cash money right here we're going to get later. Okay, so let's take a look. Oh, yeah, see? This. So I'll show you how to cheese the mayor first. So you'll notice that I do not have any repair powder or any water. So when you go and talk to the mayor, he will give you one escape powder, 1 jug of water, 1 piece of bread, and 1 repair powder, which is the essential 5 items you need. Oh, and an antidote, sorry. Which are the essential 5 items you need to survive in the dungeon. Now, he gives you 1 of each, and if you talk to him while you already have 1 of each, he says this. This looks to be no easy task. Sorry, that's what he does here. This is what he'll say if you have them all. It's, how is the Divine Beast Cave? Blah, blah, blah. He'll say that over and over again. But if you repair your weapon, drink the water, and talk to him again, he'll top you off a 2nd time, or 3rd time, or however many times you need. So take your second to make sure you're all topped off, all bars are full, and that you have each of the items you need before you take off. Now, also, one thing to keep in mind is you always want to do this before you investigate the village for chests. Every single time you come back from the dungeon, come here first, top off, get the items, because if you go into town and grab everything you need from town, then what's going to end up happening is you're going to have everything he'd give you when you get there, and then he won't give it to you, because you already have it. Now, this is the Camacho house. This is where they want to be. You can choose how to face it. We'll face this way. It'll be community stuff. They want to be near this place right here. This is going to be a full 100% village completion walkthrough. I'll cover everything everyone wants and how to get it for them. See, now I'm grabbing these now, as opposed to having done them first. And now I have 2 breads and 2 waters, which means more survivability in the dungeons. We'll go inside their house in a moment. And I'll show you some of the different spawning chests of places they go. Alright, so here are the Macho brothers, Macho and Camacho. They're good fellas. Now, in order to fix their house for 100%, you have to ask them how you want to rebuild it, what would make them happy, and what are they going to do when it's done. When you ask them what they're going to do when it's done, they generally give you a hint on what they're going to give you. So, for example, you're going to get Rock Breaker for helping them. So I asked them, what do you want to do? And they're like, oh, people should be able to work out. People should have a fence. What do you think? And they tell you what they want, what they need, gives you a hint on how to complete their house. Once you're up here, you grab the part that fits into the silhouette, put it in the silhouette, just like that. Once you have all 6 pieces of a given house in the silhouette, up to 6. Some of them are only like 2, some of them don't have options like these. So, you know, some of them only have 1. Now there's an event, and I go inside the house, and the event will trigger. They'll do whatever it is. Some will have different events, and I'll cover that when we get there. But there's a quest line, for example, you can only do if you start it correctly. Now that you have 1 chance to fix it if you mess it up, but it's better just to not mess it up. Because the other 2 things you get from them are consumables, and they're not worth getting. Whoa, you've done it! The thing you said you would do. I guess I can't blame them for being surprised that this teenager fixed their house from seemingly nothing. The brothers are going to get in a fight here, and we're going to get kicked out of the house. But then we'll come back in to investigate for more chests. Alright, we're going to settle this like men and punch each other. I love this when they start punching each other. You have that anime sweat drop. Pretty awesome. Alright, so we'll head right back in there. And we'll see what's on sale. Alright. You can go in Camacho's room. There's usually a chest behind the bag, and one over here on his dresser. You can enter first person mode when you're in houses, so you can look around a little more. You can enter first person mode no matter where you are, but if you're in a house, you can move around. Helps you see stuff. Alright, and Camacho sleeps on this bed. Macho sleeps on that bed. That's one of the cool things about this, is you can actually see where people live. It's kind of nice. It's a quaint little village. Alright, now we'll jump in the air here, and we'll go back to creating. So, next is Claude's house. Now, Claude can go anywhere in the village, he just needs to be near his favorite person, Allnet, because he likes the smell of the things that she cooks. I'm just going to be completing houses as I get them, just for the sake of it. Alright, Claude's house is the one you have to be careful with. Now, I'm going to put him over here. Allnet likes to be as far from the Macho Brothers as possible. Claude likes to be near her. So I'll probably put her here, which means he's going to go about here. So I can move him once I have a definite, but that's how it's going to be. Alright, let's do a spin around his house real quick. Look for any goodies he may have left. By he, I mean the fairies, of course. Alright. Bomb, that'll be huge. Speed 2, that'll be nice. I'm pretty sure that's all that's in here for now. Oh, here's Claude himself. We'll have a little chat. Hello. Funny, people will say up to 4 different repeatable lines when you talk to them. Once you complete a village, they might start only repeating the same 1 or 2 lines. I mean, once you've said everything there is to say, you can go here. Yeah, I love, he's the only one with like a shower. It's kind of funny. Alright. So next he wants his box of candy and a lamp. What a guy. Alright, now it is currently nighttime. So I don't want to go in and get that now. Because if I do, he is going to give me some cheese. Or some soap. He's gonna give me soap. He's gonna be in the bath. It's gonna be weird. You want to make sure you come into this house first thing in the morning. If you come in the afternoon, he'll be asleep. Come in at night, he'll give you cheese. Soap. And then he'll give you a piece of cheese as well. And cheese and soap are cool, but you really don't need them if you play well. And the other thing where you get if you go into the correct time is important for a quest. So, these things are things that go down afterwards. They're supplementary to the village. There's trophies for placing them, but I already have them, obviously. Alright, we'll go back to the dungeon now. This is what I was talking about before. Now that I've gone in, I can just hit go to dungeon. We'll just teleport right in there. Alright. Let's take on floor number 5. Fairy King for the last time before he leaves you forever. Actually, I think he comes in on floor 7 as well to explain to you limited zones. He's talking about upgrading weapons and charge attacks and such. Breaking things down to synth spheres. All the good stuff. Alright. Now, if you're repeating previous floors pretty often and need to go back to previous floors on and off because either you don't know what you're doing or you missed stuff, you're more likely to have a new weapon by now. I'm just not lucky enough to get them on the first try, and I usually just one-run floors, which is why I tend to Broken Dagger from speedrunning, because that way I can just slap one on my cat and move on with my life. I might do that for the sake of this run. I'm not gonna, do it extensively. I would just do it for powering up the cat enough that we can breeze through the second half of this dungeon until I can get an actual weapon for her. We'll see how I feel at the time. So chances are good. What we'll do is I'll see if I can get a weapon, or I'll show you the bomb alternative. Alright. So I'm going to take these off of this weapon. Here's the turquoise I also got, by the way. Turquoises are really cool. Look at this. 10 ice, 10 mimic slayer, 10 rock breaker. But anyway, I'm going to upgrade this without anything on it. You still get a flat stat boost. I just don't want to waste any actual useful things. Actually, you know what? Rock breaker will be a lot more helpful here. There we go. Get the combo off. Spin circles while I wait. Animation. Alright. A sign. Just give me a sign. Alright. This would be the exit. No. It's a whole corridor there. We'll have to check that out. Notice we're taking down the easy enemies, skipping the hard ones, because the easy enemies are likely to have the key we need. And the hard enemies might also, but if we don't have to fight them, why fight them? Pacifist run, guys! Petite fish, petite fish. Alright. Woo. Alright. If we could get lucky and get some more bombs, that'd be fantastic. Ooh, an antidote amulet. So these are only useful while they're on your line, and you get a lot of them later. They're relatively rare, they sell for a lot. But the cool thing is they save you from needing to waste antidotes. They block you from getting poisoned for a long time. There, I live on these things in the second area, because, my goodness, are they a pain. Alright. I'm going to avoid fighting that statue dog. We may end up having to backtrack to this room to kill him later, which could prove a pain, but it's a gamble. I would rather have to come back and kill him than fight him now and not have needed to. There's the bat. We can be less careful now that we have an antidote amulet, because if he can't poison us until it breaks, but still want to be somewhat careful. Don't do anything stupid or... Obviously don't attack him while he's air. What's 2 air? They have 3 heights that can fly at. And obviously one of those heights is beyond your reach. Capitalize on his attacks and attack him when you can. There you go. Circle around, just close enough to touch the Atla. Fortunately, I'm gonna have to get pretty close to him. We can just back away though, and he'll flop. Now you should be able to get the Gaffer's Buggy online before you get to the point in the game where you get or forced to use your ally. So if her stats aren't great, then it's not a big deal. Because you can use bombs, and you can buy them from the Gaffer, and they will get you far enough. The problem is that you're going to run into situations where you really want to have a weapon before you're done with the first dungeon, and hopefully you'll have one. But the other issue you'll run into is leveling it up before you move on to the second area. I find that it's best to have something that's got around 22 power, give or take, when you move into the second area. So, the average power level you want to have is around that strength. The first dungeon you can get through just fine with a weapon of 12 to 15 strength. I have 8 strength, you see I'm soaring fine, but you want your attack power to be in the 20s when you're dealing with the Matataki village. Alright, so there's this guy, I'm not gonna bother fighting. I will run over here a second. Yeah, never mind, I already cleared this room. And you can see now that I have the gem, what's left on this floor. There are not a lot of creatures here. So we're running out of enemies to fight. So chances are ever increasing that I will have to deal with some of these enemies. Alright, there's one more room. Alright, well, this guy's here, so I'll show you one of the strategies to dealing. Let me take a look at how much damage he does to my weapon real quick. I have 21. It's a 2. That's not too bad. Alright. Just gotta knock combo. Very careful. Always make sure you get... Oh, beautiful! Beautiful, 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 beautiful. Alright, that was absolutely fantastic. I could not have asked for better. So, notice that I didn't do any combos on him. I just did one hit and I waited for him to fold and unfold. One hit, wait for him to fold and unfold. Because if you try to combo, that second hit's gonna hit him while he's invulnerable, and your weapon's gonna break twice as fast. Instead of 2, it's gonna deal 4, and you're not gonna deal any damage to him. It's a huge waste. You gotta be careful. There's a technique to fighting every enemy in this game, and it's kind of what I'm here to teach you. Alright. To the next floor. Now we're going to enter floor 6. We're going to see our kitty cat friend. She's going to be wonderful. Look at him all surprised. Look at her. Look at that little kitty cat. I used to wonder, where the heck is she going? She just runs into the wall there and then, poof, gone. It's especially funny when there's, like, no path to run down, because, like, there'll be a wall here on your version of the dungeon. Like, where did she run? I just would spend like a couple minutes looking for it, like, but not a big deal. I appear to have accrued some damage. Might be a bad idea for me to heal, in case I try to get in trouble, but we'll see what happens. Alright. You'll notice I haven't filled my quick slots with anything. And that's mostly because I don't want to accidentally use anything, but prematurely. Another tram oil. My good gracious. Oh, fuck. Alright, these are mimics. Mimics are hard to fight. Mimics will break your weapon. Mimics have a lot of health. Mimics will deal a lot of damage. At this point in the game, I am not equipped to fight this thing. They can block your attacks. They are a pain. That's just a cut and run. It will chase you a little ways, but you will outrun it. You can hear it stop hopping in the background now that I've gotten the right distance away. It is no longer chasing me. I can get closer and you'll hear the hopping again, but until then, it will stay right where it is. Another Mimic. Yes, Mimics start on floor 6, and they're not super prevalent. Hopefully none of them have the key. Jinx, knock on wood. Fire gem. That'll make having to fight them a little easier. I'd rather not have to waste it if I don't have to, though. Alright. Careful. Alright. Pick the battles here. Okay. So, now's a good time to heal. There's a good chance this battle hit me when I'm not paying attention. I really don't want to be the case. But, you gotta be ready. Alright, here is a chest. I'll open the outlet first in this situation, because if the chest is a Mimic, I want to be able to just cut and run. Alright. Pick your battles. Alright. Beautiful, not a Mimic. Wonderful. Alright, we're gonna use one of my waters. And we're gonna head over here. There's that Mimic, you can hear it hopping in the other room. There's the exit, I don't have the key yet. Oh, it'd be grand if I did. It'd be grand if I did. That's okay. Now, notably, if you use a consumable weapon to kill an enemy, it will drop something. It's guaranteed to drop something. Whether it drop money, the item required to kill it, or the item that makes killing it easier, or a gate key. It's guaranteed to drop something. It's kind of nice. So if you're ever farming for drops of any kind, use consumables, because you will get whatever it is you're looking for. Oh, ideally. Alright, so we don't have the key yet, and we haven't been in every room, but it's looking like one of these Mimics is going to have the key. We'll deal with that when we come to it. I'd really rather not fight them. They are a pain. What is this? Oh yeah, you're one of those. Alright. If it comes down to it, I'll show you some strats for fighting these guys, but we are not in a good position. One thing I can do is I can go over here and I can take off the endurance or the rock breaker, depending on which of the two we fight, and I'll slap on this turquoise. That's why they give you the turquoise, by the way, if you do perfectly, it's because of that mimic breaker. And that's what I'll end up likely using. We'll see. I'll leave it on there for now, because chances are good we're gonna need it. Alright. Gotta be careful though, very careful. I'm gonna head over this way. And okay, skeleton soldier, please have the key. Yes, I'm aware my dagger is in bad shape. They'll beat more and more frequently the lower the health is. Alright, I'll take a hit on this guy. How much hit points do you take off? 1? I'm just gonna be conservative with how many times I hit this guy. Alright, and now I'll repair. If you aren't sure how much you're gonna take off, and you're in a bad situation, don't swing, heal your weapon. It's always better to waste a little repair powder than it is to lose a weapon. I'm playing as conservatively as possible because I'm in a rough spot, and I also am trying to make the most of each individual floor here. But you don't have to. Don't remember, that's a choice I'm making, and you do not need to make it. Do not leave yourself down to the wire if you feel like you might misjudge it. It's always better to waste your repair powder, or spend it a little early anyway, and have your weapon, than to misjudge and lose it. Like I said, like you saw me before, I took that 2 damage when I was expecting to take 1. Alright, I didn't find the key, did I? I did not. Alright, well, now it's time to fight some enemies. Alright, so this is one strat to use to fight enemies. I know this is gonna be super boring for you guys to watch, but this is how we do. Oh goodness, there's a mimic. Hello, Mr. Mimic. I guess we can deal with the mimic while we wait for this guy to die a slow painful death. First thing you want to do is try to nail it with a gooey peach. If you can nail him with a gooey peach, yeah, see, that shows how hard it is to hit him with items. Get in close and throw one of these. Beautiful. Alright, so I got half his health. Ah, beautiful, the key! Wonderful! Let's skedaddle. Oh, that was fantastic. You know, pick your battles, always. Now, I've been getting lucky here and there, but, you know, it's... What can I say? Alright, I am definitely going to leave the dungeon after this, because I'm out of water, and I need to get some more. And you don't want to ever enter a floor while you're out of or low on any particular resource. I have plenty of everything except for water, but water deteriorates your health if you don't have it, and so it's like poison that can't be cured. It's pretty bad. We could get lucky and run into a underground river, but I just don't want to chance that. Plus, I don't think I have any repair powder. I didn't see any when I checked. So, you get to grab that. And who knows, maybe I'll get some fairy chests where I get plenty of water and repair powder. Alright. We'll take a time here to look around a second. Always, like I said before, always come up here first. Do I have repair powder? No, I don't. So, come up here first, get what you need, top off, get what you need. Like, talk to him a couple times, go... Even if, see, like, it's that one, whatever. That one is probably gonna save my life. You never know. Especially when it's free. So, just grab it. As you can see, my water is just a little down, but you know what? I can top off. And grab some more. And that's steps, and every step counts. Alright. Now we'll take a look around. Oh, yes, it is morning. Let's see if I can get in there. And get that lollipop. Excellent. You always want to make sure you come here in the morning, because that's when he will give you your lollipop. And you need this lollipop for a quest. If you don't use this lollipop, then you can't get the best enchantment item in the game, which is called the sun. It's a whole quest thing. Now, granted, the game does give you a chance to fix it. If you don't get the lollipop, it's okay. You can still get a lollipop later in the Matsutake village once you fix Kosik's house. You have to know that's what you need to do, though. Just keep that in mind. If you come in here and it's the afternoon, he's asleep. You come in here and it's the evening, he gives you cheese. You come in at night, he's in the shower and he gives you soap. So, yeah, if you need cheese or soap, or that's just your fancy, go for it, I guess. But, I find that more often than not, it's easier just to grab that. Not that it matters, Classics doesn't give you anything else worth value either, so... Alright, I'll put Paige's house. Paige's house doesn't matter where you put it, as long as you put it where the pond is. There's no one I need to put down here. I'm gonna definitely put her closer to the mayor's house. There's a space over here for all the other things that are gonna happen in the village. Do I have the pond? I don't think I have the pond. Let's check. There it is, the pond. Alright, yeah, drop the pond just right there, it's fine. As long as the house is near the pond, they'll be happy. Also, by the way, if you're curious, like you do your Georama analysis and it's only a 12% request, that's because people don't care about what you're doing for them until their house is completed. If the house doesn't have 100% completion, then the people won't notice that you've done the things that make them happy. So, just keep that in mind. Alright. So, it's hard to really... This map right here isn't going to tell you crap until you've actually 100%ed everything, and then use it to measure if you're making people happy or not. I don't have Paige, but I do have the buggy wheel. Oh, another thing. Always complete this house before the gaffer buggy. If you complete the gaffer buggy first, which I don't even have yet, but I have the gaffer. If you complete the gaffer buggy before you get this guy here, before he's in the village, the gaffer will hurt himself, and it will permanently decrease the items that are available at his shop. You're going to cut yourself out of a lot of important stuff, and that's going to screw you over in the long run. So really don't do that, it's just going to hurt you. You won't be able to buy bombs, and as a direct result, you're not going to have a fun time trying to get through the 11th floor. Alright, I need Paige to tell me that she wants a lamp. Not that I have a lamp now anyway. So that's all we can complete for now. We can at least take a look inside his house, though, and see what there are for chests. I have the storage, so that should be open. It doesn't look like there's anything going on. Oh, up the pages room, though. There's a chest right here. Sometimes there's a lot of times there'll be a chest on her bed, or down here. Sorry, it's on reverse controls at the moment. Alright, anyway. So yeah, nothing else in there, but that's okay. Alright. Let's take a look around here. Check this house. We came up with new Atla after beating new floors, so there should be some chests around. Not always the case, but relatively often. There will always be some chests generated, they're just not always in all the places. But it's good to take a look. They have speed +2. It's better than not having them. You're gonna need these later. And even if you don't use them on your weapons, you can sell them. Which is a good way to get cash. Making money is a good way to buy things. Alright, floor 7 should have plenty of good stuff awaiting us. Pretty sure I talked to the gaffer after I topped off. Not the gaffer, sorry, the mayor. Otherwise we're gonna be in a rough sack. You'll notice from that menu that there's a list, there's numbers next to the floors. Not the floor numbers, but on the far right. That's the number of kills you have on the floors there. Alright, here's our final tutorial for now. Back floors and limited zones. Back floors is what I told you about earlier, with the super strong enemies and the super good rewards and such. I might do a back floor at this point to try to see if I can get a sword. But I think I'll hold off until floor 8, so I have the cat, so I have a chance of getting a weapon for her. Ghosts are a pain. Looks like they still die in 2 hits now. Alright, sweet deal. You gotta be careful. Bomb nuts, those are gonna come in handy, especially if mimics are abound. Mimics are far less common on this floor than they are in 4-6 that introduces them, and they'll become less and less because obviously there could only be up to 15 monsters on a given floor. Usually there's closer to 10 to 13, and as they introduce new monsters, there'll be less room on floors for mimics, so you'll see them less often, which is kind of nice. So you can fear them significantly less on this floor, which introduces ghosts, and on the subsequent floors, floor 9 introduces master jackets, and so on. Renee is your mother. It's wonderful. Alright, we already have the map and the wonderful magic crystal. So we're in a good spot here. We can see what's in rooms before we go in. Be prepared. Escape powder, whatever. But master jackets. So this guy's a pain. He can block. So don't combo. Strike once, back off. Strike once, back off. Because if he ever gets out of his stun and starts blocking, you're gonna have a bad time. He's gonna start blocking your attacks and breaking your weapon. One thing that sucks about him the most is that he can come back to life after you down him. Yeah, see that block? Because I was in combo. He saw I was comboing and he stopped me. The AI in this game is actually relatively intelligent. There we go. He's going down in a couple hits. Striking back off. Striking back off. Striking back off. Striking back off. Rinse, repeat, rinse, repeat. Eventually, he will go down. Now, does he stay down? Oh, he stays down. Wonderful. That'll be nice. I think it's a percent chance, and he rolls. Ooh, bread. Wonderful. Alright. You can hit him with your attack. Your charge attack, but it's better to just let him do what he's gonna do. The ghosts in Dark Cloud 2 are far more annoying, because they have a spin attack. These ghosts just shoot stuff at you from a distance, because the gap is buggy. Alright, I'm gonna head down to the room down yonder and check out that chest. I don't think I have a key yet, kind of space there. I have this key, but not the floor key. Alright. So we'll go on hopefully the floor key is something I can get soon. Alright, this is an Opar. These things are not as scary as they look like, I promise. You can bait their attacks, they shoot stuff at you like that, or they'll do a dive attack with a plop. Baiting it's a pain, always make sure you do though. You can make a slash at them though. There you go. There's the plop attack. And then they go down in a couple hits, they don't have much health. Thank goodness. Alright. When they die, they go off another cloud like that. Always avoid it, it'll make you sticky, you need soap to get out of it, it's a pain. It will slow you down so much, it's really obnoxious. Fire. Alright, we're gonna leave this Master Jacket alone, because he is the new most annoying enemy. If I don't have to fight him, I won't. If I have to come back here, it's not a big deal, but slashing him like 10 times takes away a lot of weapon hit points, and I'm not about that life. Alright. That's my house! Alright. As you can see, you can only hit him when he's on the ground unless you're using your charge attack. It's not really worth wasting the weapon PP because you just take him on 2 hits when he's on the ground. Not a high threat, so not really a big waste. One of the cool things about swords is that you only lose weapon hit points when you connect. So I can just swing over here all day and not lose it. However, you do lose it on your charge attack whether you hit or miss. So keep that in mind. I'm gonna let this guy tiptoe a little closer to me because I really don't like fighting him in the corner there. Because I have to be able to strafe to get out of the way after I hit him and he goes for that dive. I don't want to run into a wall. Alright. Money. We'll take a second to repair my weapon now. We're in territory where I could usually... I don't want to have to pause after a single hit to refresh it now. We're going to have the gaffer soon, so we'll be in situations where I'm going to have more than one thing of repair powder at a time. So I can be a little less conservative with my strikes. That being said, still want to be conservative with who you fight, because less battles equals less use of repair powder. We'll go up first. I don't have the key yet, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I don't. You'll notice I do have a soap, so it's not a big deal if I get gooed, but still avoid it at all costs. Less getting gooed equals less soap having to be used. There's an Opar. Opars used to freak me out, but yeah, like I said, they're just intimidating. If you know what you're doing, you bait the attacks, you'll be fine. Just gotta run right through here, then lock on. You can take advantage of him flipping down combo like that. Money. Alright. That worked out pretty well. Didn't give us a key, but it did get some cash. We're currently rocking 61 cash monies, which is enough to buy 3 repair powders. Or, however much water. They're 5 each, so 12 things of water? My goodness. Alright, that's plenty of water, huh? So, I added a 10 each, which makes it 6, but that's still a lot of water. There's our key. Don't need to fight anymore. This floor, floor 7, as you probably saw earlier if you were paying attention, is a reverse absorption floor. So you really don't want to fight with your weapon at all if you can help it, but since my weapon is completely irrelevant... My goodness, more tram oil. Like, because my weapon is completely irrelevant, it's just, you know, not a big deal to me. I don't want to waste resources yet anyway. You want to avoid... You can't switch weapons on this floor. It can go, if your weapon gets super damaged, you're in a rough spot. And on top of that, you have to use that weapon when you lose absorption, just losing levels, wasting time. So, keep that in mind when you enter this floor. It's a bit of a pain. Alright, now we're going to enter floor 8. This is the second QTE event. This is a really cool story moment for you. Alright, we'll go to the next floor here. Time is it? 15? Alright, I'll do this story moment. We'll get our first ally. Then we will call it a stream. And we'll start the second half of this village later this week. This guy is super edgelord before edgelords were cool. I always envied him for having that huge, really cool sword. And look at those abs. Alright, time for a duel. Okay. Oh, I failed. Now he kills me. I pressed it too soon. That's okay. One of the nice things is that you get to try again. So I'm not gonna get the super bonus, but you know, whatever. That's life. This one requires a bit more specific timing, I guess, than I remembered. Now that the pressure's off, it should go flawlessly. One of the things is that he's just toying with you, he's not actually here to kill you. He's just messing with you to test your abilities. And he's gonna shoot this magic bolt. And I was what trusted that too, is like first time playthrough. I was like, what the hell? He gets magic? Why don't I get magic? Alright. Some blood there, but now it's clean. I like to leave him on this laughter for a minute. He laughs and laughs, and I think it looks better when you let him laugh for a minute like that. Because if you just speed right past it, he laughs for half a second and then leans forward and it's awkward. Alright, here we go. That said, I have. No way! You don't think I can beat the genie with my base weapon? And no upgrades to my defense or attack? I have to agree with you there, buddy. I have to agree. Alright. Now I can grab a kitty cat. And this is the only time, or the first time rather, it's the only time in this particular dungeon where you get forced to warp out yourself. You'll leave dungeon, mine connects with Fairy King, and there's a few like that. There's one in each dungeon actually. You get to a limit where you can't go any further without the ally from that area, but you're given everything you need to get the ally from that area up to that point. Alright, so I'll do a quick top off so that way we can just go right back into the dungeon when we get back. So, start her up, weapon. Oh, I don't have any repair powder already. Alright, so we'll just head over here. Oh, sweet, a chest. Fruit of Eden, wonderful. Now Fruit of Eden will fully heal you and increase your max hit points. There's a gourd, that'll fully heal you, and it will increase your max water. Fully heal your water, I should say. No, it's not in here yet, but eventually there'll be an inventory increase in here. So, check back for it after this point. Alright, now we can repair our weapon. Alright, we can talk to the mayor. Let's check our water. It's kind of low. I'm not going to waste the gourd on this, because I can use this and get a free thing and we'll be no worse off. Sorry, excuse me. Do a quick lap around town. I'll check my inventory real quick. Alright. We got plenty of bread, some water, some antidotes, some throw items, plenty of heals, partridge, and a pear tree, weapon key chest. So one of the things I'm going to do is, when we get back, I'm going to start floor 9, and then we're going to use the, that's when we're going to use our back floor key. And we're going to go, and hopefully, get a weapon chest. Because getting weapons is crucial for the second half of this dungeon. Sure, I can survive on the dagger, as you've seen, but you're going to need weapons for your cat friend, because she is going to become a staple. she is downright the best thing that'll ever happen to you until you get your genie and until you get your moon bunny. And before you do that, you're going to rely on her a lot. So you need her to have a good weapon. She is highly important to not getting poisoned in the second village every 5 seconds. And she is entirely necessary for beating the boss here. And that's something else. Every single ally you get will be crucial for fighting the boss of that area. Alright, let's drop down and see if there's anything around there. Nope. Gaffer Buggy. Alright. So this is where we'll drop the Gaffer. Run around and grab some things off of him. Gaffer wants to be in the middle of the village. So put him in the middle where everything's going down. I'm pretty sure the Fluffy Donut doesn't heal you at all. It just increases your defenses. Right? This says, fairly delicious, increases max health value. Creatively, I'll eat it while I'm wounded to see what happens. I'm pretty sure it just increases your max health and not a whole lot else. Sorry, max defense, my bad. Alright, talk to you. How should I rebuild the village? What'll happen when it's done? Tell me how to rebuild your house. Even though you don't live anywhere, you just stand in front of this thing all day. Alright, he needs a sign. He needs his goods. Now, I always say top off before you talk to him. We already have, so we'll be all set. Scrounge the last that we can scrounge from the mayor. Once you set this up, you can no longer get free goodies from the mayor, so it's good to make sure you've gotten as much as you can out of him before you do this. Notice that it is Paige's father that sets the sign up, but if you don't have him, the Gaffer does it himself, and he hurts his back, and it affects what he sells you. So make sure you have that done first. Talk to him. Is the store open? Now we're in business. I'm gonna go to town selling all this because we're gonna buy some stuff. Alright, now we're at the 1400 cash point. Now look at this. This sells for so much money. We're gonna hold on to it though, because these are gonna be essential to getting our weapons. Alright. So, one thing to do is stock up. I'm gonna buy 1, 2, 3, 4. So I have 5 total there. Alright, these are 10 apiece. That's what it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we have some inventory space. We have some money. And we have some stuff here. One thing you do before you go into the dungeon is buy yourself a gold bullion. So that way you don't lose all that money you just got. Because this holds on to its price. And that's the whole purpose of it. So that way I only buy as many supplies as I need. And still have this in case I do die. Though it's unlikely. There's some money, I'll pick up a bomb. Shouldn't need more than I have here. What the heck? Well, should I buy revival powder? No. Oh, stand-in powder is gonna be important. I'm gonna buy 2 stand-in powders. And an antidote. I have enough. I'll buy 1 more of these. Alright. So, have a good stock. This should get me through for a while. Play conservatively, keep yourself out of trouble, and protected. That way we can take on a few things at once. At least get far enough to get ourselves some weapons before we head on to floor 11, where I have to use the cat exclusively. Let's see what else. Do I have anything else I can set up right now? I do have my own house. I guess that's kind of obvious. Without your own house, you cannot get your ally. And I think that's all I can do is my own house. Yeah, I have this. This will complete my house. This will complete Paige's house. I get Paige on floor 9. She'll complete my inventory, and then my inventory will increase again on its own if I get the thing from the town. I used to love to put my house in the center of the village. This is fun. I'm gonna put myself here, near the pond. Your house completion needs to be facing this way, I believe is what it is. Your mother wants the sun to come up and shine into your home, and that to be what wakes her up. So we'll drop down here. There she is. There's my mother. Where are you going, Mom? Stopping to up. I got confused. I could have sworn it was her, so I was not gonna go. Is that her way over there? No, it's gotta be Claude. Unless she just sprinted. Alright, whatever. Not a big deal. Alright. So, we'll head over to my house real quick, grab the chests we've just received, and then get our cat. Alright. I used to love coming in here and talking to the llama. Blah. Alright. Okay, we've had our fun. Cat will be here. It's a question. Alright. One of the easy ways to check is once you have the house completed, you can just pick it up and spin it until it's facing the right direction. So you don't have to worry about figuring out which way it actually needs to be facing. She has a pretty funny reaction when you ask her how to rebuild the house. She's like, "It's your own house, don't you remember?" Alright, good. Apples. The chests here generally spawn in the storage room when it's open or on your own bed. Alright, so that's where the cat will be. And we'll do that in just a moment. Alright, now we're in the air. We'll slap the last two bits onto our own house here. Oh, crap, there we go. Drop down. Oops. Alright. For the sake of this playthrough, I'm just gonna keep everything with the standard names they come with. Save ourselves some energy. Usually I give them different names in playthroughs for fun, or if I'm having a particularly interactive stream, I'll let people pick the names of my allies, but for the sake of this walkthrough, we'll keep everything on point with the original names for the sake of clarity. Oh, I need to go right back in there, don't I? I do indeed. Let's go right back in. And that way I'll complete this event. You walk up to her, use the changing potion, and have your very own Neko girl. Honestly, that looks kind of painful. And pop. Alright. This is one of the funnier cutscenes, actually. Now that she's your ally, she's gonna chill and rub your leg. Your mom's like, "Yeah, that's totally fine. This is normal." Alright. Little tutorial here to talk about allies and how they function in the game. You press the button and you switch to them. Pretty simple. They help you, they do stuff. Her specific task is to jump over things and fire at a range. One of the things that you'll run into with her is that her weapons have literally almost no magic power, and they'll have very little elemental scaling. Alright, that's all we can build for now. Once we get Paige, we can get her to ask for this lamp, throw it in there, get an inventory increase, etc. You know what? Nah, we'll just go to her, it's fine. We'll head down now and see about getting ourselves some progress. So, we can go floor 8. One of the only floors in the game where you'll never get a kill. There's two ways to switch to allies. You can do it from the allies menu, or you can do it from the select button. It's pretty handy. Cover open the chest. And move on with our excursion. The next floor. It'd be pretty silly to leave the dungeon already. Alright, this is a floor on which you need to be incredibly careful. You have Kat and all her newborn glory, and yourself, if you're playing as fast as I am, not having anything to fight with. Come on, get in range, will you? Thank you. Thanks, doll. Alright. Nobody can really top off yet. But this is a floor where there's predominantly a lot of hard-to-kill enemies, like these two. As you're probably familiar already, they will break the crap out of your weapon. So, keep your distance. You can literally stand a year and a half away and fire them one shot at a time with the cat now that you have her. But that'll take you a year and a half. Oh, I forgot. I should probably start buying trans feathers. I might have to pick up a few of those. I didn't see any in the shops, it didn't occur to me. Maybe you'll have to get Gina first. 2 hits for the ghost. We can open this Atla. This is going to be a very run and gun floor. I'm probably going to head onto the back floor without killing anything if I don't get the key. Just to try and refresh the enemies I can kill without a hassle. Maybe we'll get a good weapon. Drop down, top of the water. We'll go this way real quick, just because I know I don't have to go back. It's very clearly just going to be one room with a chest in it. We'll be pretty lucky if... Let's see what we can get. Yep, I knew it. I almost said it, and I was like, oh, it's probably a mimic. But yeah, I kept it to myself. And, maybe if I had said it out loud, like, oh, this will be a mimic, it probably wouldn't have been, and wouldn't that have been nice. Alright, a couple Atla here. It's always exciting to get new Atla. Tricycle. Alright, that's for Gina's house. She's got 2 names. Her character name is Gina, but she's programmed in as Xena. It's a lot of little interesting typos like that in the game. They're fun to look at. We're gonna run far enough away that the statue dog folds, and then just encroach to fight this ghost. Ow. How dare you poke me? I'm the one that's poking around here. Alright. Oh, we can test something now. I don't know if it's worth, but we'll test it. We'll eat the fluffy donut and see if it heals me. Yeah, I didn't think so. I was pretty confident it didn't, but good to check, you know? Alright, poison apple will make dealing with some of these harder to attack enemies a lot better. Fence. Don't go anywhere without a fence. Well, I'm gonna turn this floor inside out before I head onto the back floor. I said before, always avoid those. They're never worth it. So the longer you can go without touching them, the better off you are. Especially because then if you ever need the stamina boost, the first few are always guaranteed stamina boosts. So that way you can hold on to it until you really need it. Who knows? Could save you. Bench. But, you know, you never really need them. Come closer, bats. Come to me. Alright. Bats go down in 1 hit now. That's pretty nice. They have exactly 12 health, and it looks like I'm dealing 13 damage to them. I say, oh, actually wonderful. Beautiful. Very good. Let's use our... Oh, wait, you know what? We don't have to guess. We have a chest key. Open sesame. Come on, be a shot. Oh, it's the Shamshir. This is a pretty cool weapon. It's very light. Very fast. Look at that enormous speed. It's still slower than our dagger, surprisingly. It's got good endurance, and look at that high attack. This is gonna be beautiful. This is gonna sail us through. Oh wait, hang on. Now that we have this, we can take these off of here. Yeah, I'm planning on saving the poison apples. I want to use them for the Mardingarion once I get that far. But if I ever need to, then they're gonna be how I defeat some of these stronger enemies. Because you can... I think you can buy them at later points. And I can certainly buy bombs. And if you use bombs to kill the witches, Zalias, then they will drop poison apples. Which is pretty handy. We're gonna throw endurance on here. Alright. For now, this should be a breeze. If I just... wait for you to make... Ah! Get over here, you silly bat. There we go. Cool. Look at that damage increase. Alright, we're going to lure in and hit with a charge attack. So that way we don't get caught with him trying to block us. Because if we hit him while he's on the attack, he can't defend. And that won't break our weapon in half. That's another problem with this weapon though. It's really strong, but look at that health drop. So gotta be careful. I'll likely switch to this to kill easy enemies, so I don't waste endurance. Alright. But we'll still need to fight to get through this floor here. I still plan on using a backbone. Yeah, you can. There's a lady that will sell you apples, poison apples and queens. I'm trying to remember if it's the woman who lets you name her shop or not. We can fight this guy pretty easy with a dagger. Let me throw a rock breaker on it though. Yeah, she will sell them, and if I get that far without, then it's not going to be a big deal. You certainly don't need the Martingarion before then. It's just super nice. Martingarion's easier to catch in Muskaraka than he is to catch in Matataki anyway. So a lot of times I'll wait till I get there, but the sooner the better, always. Alright, we'll switch to our... Oops. No, there we go. Same tactic, charge, jump, slash, take out half his health, charge, jump, slash. The less time you spend fighting those guys, the better. Alright. Oh, I keep switching to her when I mean to switch weapons. Wouldn't it be nice if you could switch weapons that easily? But later in the game, you don't really need to switch weapons this much. I'm just doing it to save myself some resources. Trying to get the floor key before I go through, so that way I don't need to wonder what monster has it when I come back. There. Alright. So it's gotta be one of those other enemies. That's a pain. I do have some bombs. I'll use them if I have to. It's just easier than to waste so much weapon hit points. Let's see. At least most of these guys are statue dogs. They'll go down relatively easy. Ooh, you know what? I might get 2 birds with 1 stone. Alright. Which reminds me, the game kind of trolled me with stones recently. When I had beef on a weapon. Oh, yep, you see the block? The blocks are real there. Huh. Surprised I didn't get a drop there. On to the next. There's a mimic to the south, and I think, a stone dog or a statue up here. Yeah, stone dog. Kill him pretty easily, don't have to worry about too much. Endurance 1. How lucky. So, I literally had to clear this floor, that's obnoxious. But, whatever. There's a mimic to the south, so we'll switch to our mimic killing weapon. I don't want to listen to this beeping either. Oh, but that's, I'm gonna repair that now. I'm really nervous about that. Yeah, I'll hop in here while I'm over here. Probably switch to the cat while I do this so I don't waste any of his water. And we're running back and forth. Yep, there he is. Lock on, charge, bait. Oh, he blocked, but we still hit him because he stopped blocking for that second. Oh, splash. All right, there's the key. I'm gonna hop in the back floor, try to get ourselves a weapon for my cat, because we'll have to use her in a couple floors, and I'd really rather she be up to par. That's the way out. What am I doing? We're going this way. Okay, we'll switch back to the cat. Waste her water, not his. Not that it really matters, but Thank God there's a spring before this exit. Alright. Time to hop in the train. There we go. I'm gonna get spoiled with tram keys. Try not to use them unless I need to. They are a commodity. You only get spoiled every so often. Alright. My primary objective back here is just going to be run and loot and run and loot. So, since there's no need to kill any of these enemies, since all I have is... I mean, I have the Shamshire now, I guess I could level that up, but it's just going to be rough, so I'm not going to waste my time or energy. Just going to grab the goods and flee. Alright. When I need to quench my thirst, I do have water, but then I'll switch back. The idea is that I have twice as much thirst now that I have two characters. I have a gourd in my inventory right now, so I got 6 waters and a gourd. But the idea is if I run around just her, I'm not wasting his water, so that way when I do need to use him, I won't need to deal with water in the middle of a fight. It looks like there's... oh crap. It looks like there is a spring on this floor, so I'll top them both off before I head back. I'm just trying to be conservative so that way I can spend the money I have on things I really need. Oh, another antidote amulet. Here, we'll start a collection. Nah, leave it in there. It's sell for a decent amount of money, but... oh, there's 2 waters on this floor. Oh, yes, the second I get quench, I usually use, what's the one I use? I prefer thirst over quench. And the reason being that, I don't know, I just like it better. It's also more common. It's easier to get, a weapon with thirst than to get quench. I know quench is more passive, but I like thirst better, personally. It's a good debate. My main file, which I'll actually switch to, just show you before I put it off here. I have a weapon that has thirst and drain, so as long as I'm hitting enemies, my bars are getting full. Yeah. I generally like them both. I'll take whichever one I get first, I'll generally run with. But if I get them both, I'll go with thirst over quench. It's not better per se, it's just easier to use. There's always enemies to hit. And that's true, you can just buy, it's true that you can just buy the cleaver and queen that has, quench on it. But I generally get more mileage out of thirst than out of quench. Plus it's cool to suck the water out of enemies. Alright, didn't end up getting a slingshot. It's kind of sad, but that's alright. I'll still head down, deal with floor 10, see if I can get lucky. Since this is going to serve as a walkthrough, I really don't want to broken dagger it, but it becomes necessary. I have plenty of money though, I could just buy a butt ton of bombs and bomb my way to the floor. I like dark better because it's sustained damage, because I prefer to just deal damage all the time and then heal up. Heals are expendable. Crits are cool, but it's nowhere near as consistent. I don't like relying on it. It's not every run that you're gonna get a weapon with either though, so I'd prefer dark if I can get it, since like I said, it's more reliable. steady damage increase. Especially since I don't want to rely on RNG. The trick to these games is minimizing RNG as much as you can. Alright, switch back to him. Yeah, so her name is Gina on the placard, but it's Xena when you see her in the village, which I always thought was funny. Oh, wow, I forgot we're one-shotting people now. I've got a good weapon. We're gonna leave you well enough alone. Let's see. Actually, I might test it. Dark is, it's a lot easier to deal with in the second game than in this game, but, you can, once you have plenty of money, even if you just throw a broken dagger on a weapon and sell it for a lot of cash, you'll just have plenty of heals. I am just drowning in heals in one of my files, so it's not a huge deal. You can also, I'm trying to remember if getting heal on it, if you just take a super, angel, this is what's it, the star killer that the cat gets, she has heal on it, which is passive healing. So, I'm not sure if it's allowed to have that, but if you can get that on it, it might mitigate some of that cost. Ah, I forgot you can't block that. I thought not, but just test it. Can I hit you while you're rolling? Stun him? Oh, then it's not worth risking it. I'm just gonna cut. Alright. Those things are a pain. My least favorite enemy. You're right, it really doesn't. It's not worth it in that game at all. I would definitely go crit in Dark Cloud 2, just because the damage is surprisingly helpful, but you can also attack so much faster. You throw it on your gun and just shoot a million times. It's fantastic. Let's see. Do I need to, what am I doing? Oh, that's right. I'm gonna top off my health. Because I'm playing pretty fast and loose right now for no reason at all. Alright, we'll get this weapon dabs up. I don't see any reason not to. Oh, crap. Oh, I'm playing like a fool. There we go. There's another rockin' off. Oh, God, I wish I had held out. Whatever. There you go. Head over here. Check out this chest. And there's a ghost, which we should one-shot. There we go, beautiful. Thunder, thunder, thunder. What's over here? A bat. We'll take the axe. Ah. It's one of them annoying bats. Come on, die. Alright. Yeah, I will, eventually. My favorite thing to do with them is to wait until I have a weapon that's worth status breaking, and then I'll stay on a floor going back and forth on the tram until I level it up to level 5 and then break it so I can slap it on other things. It's the most effective way. And because grinding itself is best done in back floors, you get way more experience for killing stamina enemies. So that's kind of what I hold on to them for the most part. I wasted one a second ago to try to get a weapon. I might do that again in a second to try to get a... What am I doing? I'm repairing the weapon. To try to get a slingshot for the cat before we go on to floor 11. And if it doesn't happen, I'll leave and buy some bombs. Small windmill number 2. The ghost. Alright. Yeah, Ruby gets some really good stuff. If you get her before you complete one of the merchants, I forget his name off the top of my head, but there's a merchant. If you get her before you complete the merchant, she will get you free weapons from him, and one of them is a platinum ring, which is pretty nice. Great starting weapon for her. She gets one of the only weapons that you can just get that have Thief on it, which is fantastic, especially if you're trying to get that trophy. Sticky Fingers. Alright. Master Jacket here. We'll abandon him for a second. And... take that down. Alright. No, it's the guy. It's the man who is, he sells, the guy who sells the weapons. He sells a big box hammer, he sells the kitchen cleaver, and he sells platinum rings, and he sells one other weapon, I think. But that's where that's where the guy you need to do. The order of completion for everything else in Queens is irrelevant. I just like that there is some message to that. Alright, well, we'll take this guy down. Let's see how much damage he takes from a given attack. Oh, that's pretty good. I'll 5-hit him. I can probably risk a combo. I just don't want him to block and damage my weapon. Oh, and there's the key. That was worth it. Alright. Let's see. I'm pretty sure the cat's already topped off, but we'll check. Alright. Yeah, exactly. Ruby is one of my favorite characters in the game. She's fantastic. If you want to check out my channel after the stream, you can see I did a stream where I finished off the Demon Shaft, and I used her almost exclusively to kill the Black Knight Pendragon. She and Osmond are just, we're gonna come right over to this. Use a chest key. Come on, slingshot. No whammies, no whammies. Beautiful, and it's a steel slingshot to boot. Oh goodness. All right. Oh, wonderful. This is where the fun begins. Oh, that's a run saver. Look at that damage. We're just gonna start picking. Oh, I forgot he blocks ranged attacks. What a pain. Whatever. We can finish off him. Stop blocking. Take your death like a man. Alright. A dead man. I have been pretty fortunate to not have them revive at all in this run. Bandit is better, but Steel Slingshot has a ton of endurance, and that's super important to me right now. Well, let me switch over to this weapon real quick so you can take a look at this. The stats, the attack is lower, yes, but it starts with 40 endurance. Look at that, 48 health. That is gross for a starting weapon. It's fantastic. It's just super helpful to take down, taking down the, what do you call them? The stone statues. They are the biggest pain in this dungeon. Having the steel slingshot is really helpful in killing them, because you'll kill them before you run out of ammo. But yeah, you're right. Bandit slingshot has higher starting damage, and getting you items off the bat is fantastic. Bandit slingshots are pretty common in the Matsutake chest, though. Very high chance of getting them there, so should be fine. This is how I'm gonna deal with these guys. Just space and shoot. Oh, thank goodness. I have almost no need for the main character anymore now until I get the Serpent Sword. Yeah, it's worth it a lot of the time. The thing is that the dagger's max attack is super low, so you're better off building for the Chronicle Sword because its max attack will be higher. You really want to deal damage in individual hits with him because forced fighting is going to be... You only need him where you're forced to use him, and once you have the cat and Ruby, you really have no need for him at all, except to open things for you. He'll be nice to do elemental damage for now, since I don't have... Since the cat does no elemental damage. Literally, attribute none. And no magic power. Literally 0. But, so that's what I use him for until I get Ruby, and then I have the 2 of them, so I don't need him. He has the strongest weapons in the game, once they get upgraded, but, that, you know, it's really mitigated. Ruby's just as good. Why am I running this way? I don't need to kill that guy. I was thinking about finishing up the floor, but I don't need to. Anyway, now that we have this, we can just go straight on through floor 11, which would be fantastic. Oh, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. To give her the speed bonus. Alright, I misinterpreted. Yeah, that's a really good idea. It'll help her a lot. But, you know, for now, just gonna lean on her. I'm not gonna spend a whole lot of time grinding. I might do some grinding off stream. It's gonna be more of a walk-through, playthrough than anything else. Oh, dragons. I forgot dragons are gonna start now. Gotta pay attention. Alright, where are you? There you are. Let the cheese begin. Alright, 9 damage? That's not so bad. Well, let's take out this dude first. Alright. This is gonna be a thing. I probably should just leave him like I do with other enemies and come back later, but who knows, maybe he'll have the key. Wow. Kitty cat, dragon slayer. Oh, we got holy. I could throw my sapphire on this, but I have it on the Shamshire right now. In fact, like I said before, I'm not really going to use him now that I have her. Let me grab my sapphire. That'll probably be pretty clutch. I have the sapphire and the turquoise, which might be a good idea. Just ha! And magic power maxes at 10. What a joke. Alright, just get some elements on this thing. And we'll need ice. Yeah, she needs it. She definitely has the weakest weapons in the game by far. So the damage boost is huge. I agree completely. Right now that we're doing some magic damage, it'll help a bit too. Let's see. Yeah. I have some bombs. I picked up just enough in case I was worried, but I ended up getting a slingshot, so I'm pretty content. This is, as much as it's a walkthrough, it's also something of a speed run in that I'm just grabbing crap and going. You know what? I should grab these chests though. Save that. I'll just down it real quick. I'm not gonna fight this dragon though. Where's? Oh, it's over there. I could probably bomb the dragon just to get Dino Slayer, but they sell it in the shop. It might be a little more worth it than just buy it. Use the bomb on the enemy that's tough to kill. I'll head down towards the exit in a minute and go grab these 2 chests. Alright. Fire! I'll take the time to kill these bats, because then I can upgrade my slingshot. What do you need? You need these 3 stats and the rock breaker and such. Oh, it does need Dino Slayer, incidentally, but I want to waste this on it. It's giving her wind, and yeah, so well, I'll do some Baron fishing. Probably not as it's fine. It's not gonna be for a while, obviously, because I need to get the Mascaraka. I'll show it off, definitely. I'll teach people how to catch him and how to know where he is and such, and how to thread him, but and it might be post-game. I could do it on one of my post-game files. Probably not gonna do it as part of the walkthrough. It's easier to do once you have 60k and just buy a whole bunch of potato cakes. Alright, well, oh, that's right, I need to upgrade this still. I didn't decide what I was going to do with it. I'm going to take off the sapphire, oh, but just give me this 10 Sky Killer. Yeah, I'm going to take it off. Well, I'm going to throw on this attack. There we go. Because that's giving me Limit Breaker, Rock Breaker, and Ice this time. Upgrade first, then repair. Yeah, I could. Yeah, it's definitely an idea. Matador's pretty awesome. Maybe that's what I'll do. Good idea. Certainly saved me some time. One of the things I was considering doing is executing Broken Dagger and just running around with a max stat base crossbow. Or, sorry, base slingshot. But I really didn't want that to be people's experience, so I wasn't going to show it to anyone, because it's something you should only do if you're speedrunning. Otherwise, it really kind of takes away from the gameplay, I think. I did do it, I did a Broken Dagger run for my last playthrough, because I was just trophy hunting, platinuming the game. Since I bought it again on this PlayStation, I didn't have the platinum, so I just wanted to get it. So I got my fastest platinum last year. It took me 26 hours. It was, I think, pretty clutch. Just coming in here to loot your chests, people. No need to be alarmed. So I might pick up some experience real quick. Just to get more weapon hit points, if nothing else. But yeah, fishing for the Matador is probably one of the better ways to go about it. Crap. Yeah, it's true. It takes a long time to build up her weapons. You're usually better off. That's why I saved all these. I was really hoping to just get them out of chests and move on. There we go. And that was part of the reason I was considering just slapping a Broken Dagger on her slingshot and just running through, so I don't have to think about it. I was doing a default weapon only run. You can see it on my channel. I only have half of it up. I was thinking about restarting that, or maybe doing the second half of that run at some point. But I was using Broken Daggers on that to save me the time of grinding them up. But I made it too easy, so I might start over and do it without it. It was kind of a joke, to be honest. Yeah. Ooh, revival powder. That is a lucky break. Alright. Alright, we got a slow-moving guy over there and over there. And this slow-moving guy is hogging some Atla. Alright. Carl. Yeah, that's why I did the Broken Dagger glitch, to make it go faster. But like I said, it made it too easy. And then I was like, oh, well, now this isn't a challenge at all. So that's why I kind of want to make it something. It's just that I've already done most of the things you can do, so it's just kind of a final hurrah to say I've done it all. There's not a whole lot of challenge runs you can do in this game that are really that imposing. You could try doing like a no healing run or a death restart run, but you know, it's not a whole lot different than just being good at the game. Whereas default weapon only really forces you to start. The hardest thing about it is going to be fighting the genie at the end, because he has the only attack in the game that's truly unblockable, and he'll just destroy me, because it's going to take me so long to kill him that I'm just going to die repeatedly. I did a playthrough recently of, what was it, of Kingdom Hearts 1, default gear only run. Oh, I don't want to stay at the top of this room. Default gear only, not allowed to change your gear on yourself or any ally. Play through the entire game. So you gotta go through the whole game with the Kingdom Key, with no chain of protection, no armor whatsoever. And it was actually pretty tough. I opted to go for the defense build and roll around to avoid getting hit, but like, it took a long time. I also did a no deaths playthrough at the same time, so it take even longer. And the end of the world, the final boss, took forever. No stamina drink? Yeah, that it does help. Yeah, you're right. Using the stamina drink for the blockable attack makes it bearable. And that's another thing, is I'm not like cutting myself off of defense and health upgrades, so I could try to wait it out, but it would still suck. Do I have a chest key? I don't have a chest key. Alright, let's see. We're gonna guess explosion. Nope, it's poison, whatever. I always thought it's funny that it could poison you through the amulet there. Alright, must be poison. Alright, what do you got for me? Hey, a bandit slingshot. Look at that. You can have the best of both worlds. Hey, look at that. Look at those stats. My goodness. Oh no, it does have. Yeah, see the endurance is a little lower. Oh, but it starts this. I got a pretty good roll on this one. Oh, that's why it has fucking durable. My God. Oh wow, that oh, that is so great. All right, we're changing gears. I don't have anything on this. Oh, hello. It must be Christmas. Thanks Santa for me. Look at that. Alright, yeah, I should probably heal off some of this. Well, that is just plain disgusting. Some people, they have all the luck, huh? Alright. Oh, you're gonna block, aren't you? Alright, let's go. Alright. Yeah, I know. Yeah, that was... Ooh. Who would have thought, right? I'm not gonna bother with that guy. Do I have the... I don't think I have the key yet. Let's see. No key yet. I have a throbbing cherry, but that's good use. Yo, here's a story for you. One time I was having a playthrough. I was out of heals. I was on 1 health. I was poisoned, and it wasn't because my friend and I were switching off, and he was really bad. And so, like, I would play through half a dungeon, he'd play through half a floor, I'd play through half a floor. That was the idea. And so, he got us into a situation where we had no heals left, and we were low on water. So we were poisoned, we were on 1 health, about to die, and I ate a throbbing cherry. And so, as you know, you can't have more than 1 status on you. So I was frozen, and we just waited for the freeze to wear off, and it healed my poison. That was the clutchest thing I've ever done in this game. It was pretty fun. Very satisfying. So, throbbing cherries, ladies and gentlemen. Clutch. Freeze has got to be the most annoying status in this game. Second only to goo. That sounds like a master jacket. Oh look! Alright. I don't usually like to full combo guys that can block, but... Look at that! Another chest! Oh, that's why. Alright, we're just going straight for the bombs. Straight for the bombs. I don't know if 1 bomb will kill, but we'll give it a shot. Oh, there we go. Beautiful. Drop a key. Sure, why not? Thank you, come again. We'll go in here because it's a chest. May as well pick it up. Cave that. Let's go for it. It's experience. I know I don't need it, but... why not? When it's just 1 shot. Are you kidding? Another one? My goodness! Oh, that's pretty funny. Did he do that just for the memes, or did he... Or is it actually, like, just for clutch plays? Well, let's guess explosion again. Ah, successful. And another Shamshire, I guess, in case we needed a second one. I could throw a broken dagger on that and sell it for a decent amount of money, but I'd rather save cheese plays like that for only if I'm desperate enough. Dark Cloud was one of the first games I ever owned on the PS2 back in the early days. It was one of the first games I ever picked up. It's trying to... Oh, that's hilarious. That's actually pretty funny. Yeah, it doesn't cure freeze. It just freezes you or freezes the enemy. They only can cause freeze. That's pretty entertaining, though. It would have been even funnier if he used it and he wasn't frozen. Oh, shit. Oh, unless that's what you're saying. He was trying to trying to save her frozen heart. Ends up freezing his own. Alright. We'll use the key here. And what the heck, we'll keep going. Alright, as we need to establish, we need to combo these guys. Oh dear, that's fine, we'll be fine. We'll be fine. 5 hits for me to 4. Oh, didn't even need 5, just needed 4. Look at that. Beautiful. We'll repair it. Fine. Down to 2 repair powder. I'll stock up and we'll get out of here. Because I'll get the inventory expansion. Bring our inventory up to 60. So I can afford to carry more around with me. Alright. Yeah, you are right. You are correct. Definitely. I very much risked it there. But at the same time, I already had a second one, and I'm not concerned about it. The main character isn't going to do me much good until I get the Serpent Sword and need him for that other fight. Yeah. You can bait him to attack you and then shoot him, like so. Which is probably the most efficient way to fight him. I just didn't really want to get in close at the time. There you go. La la la. That's probably what I'll start doing, because the less time I have to spend on him, the better. He usually ends up being one of the strongest characters in the game for people that are new, because they spend all their time on him. And the more time you have playing him before you get other allies, the stronger he'll be, and you get your new characters not particularly strong. One thing I found a lot of people end up doing is using Ungaga for a lot of their stuff, because his weapons have very powerful stats. But I don't like his combos, to be honest, despite the fact that they have a lot of reach and power. I really just don't like taking the time to build him up after I already have Ruby, very powerful. His reach doesn't really matter when you have all the range in the world. You do need him, though, for blowing away smoke, which is a meme in itself. Yeah, I usually go Secret Armlet Ruby myself. She is pretty fantastic. Yeah, thanks to Secret Armlet Ruby, that's how I beat the Black Knight Pendragon. Alright, we have ourselves a key. Let's stop getting in fight. Ooh! No, never mind. I just had a mental moment. For some reason I thought I got a Dran's Feather instead of the Dran's Crest. Alright. Open Sesame. The strongest characters in this game by far are Ruby and Osmond, because you can stun chain things with Osmond for days with Starbreaker, and then you can, you know, Ruby's just got so much power and range. It's silly. Alright. Let's see how quick work I make of this dragon now. 3 hits? 4 hits? Yeah. Oh. I wonder if I can heal it fast enough that I'll still get the absorption for killing the bird. Let's see, build up. We have a lot of stuff here. Oh, they're both terrible options. I'll just throw some stats on it. I've never built Crit Ruby. Usually I build her with just Thirst, Freeze, and Drain, and Steal, because you can get so many attacks off from a distance. She's hilarious enough. She does so much damage because she can charge her attacks. so you don't really need the crit, but yeah. My Ruby was doing about 7,000 damage by the time she was done with full charges when she's doing super effective hits. Alright. Let's see what clutch this is. Alright, right now we're at 0. Let's see if I get the absorption. Oh, I do! Oh, it's beautiful. Yeah, you're right, you're right. I'll +5 and throw it on the Matador. It's a very good idea. Yeah, just throw stuff on it, get some stats. We need to... Is there a... There's not a... No, there isn't. I'm looking for a place to heal my water on this floor without having to waste. I have a premium water. I'm gonna hold on to that for a while. Alright. Trying to remember if there's 14 or 15 floors to this dungeon. I suppose I could check my diorama parts and see if I'm still missing any. I'll know. Move over here to avoid the dust cloud. Alright. There's the river. Oh wait, need to use him to touch. There it is. Another dragon. Let's see. I might poke my head in there. Oh no, there is a fountain. Poke my head in here, grab the stream, grab the 2 chests, and then just sail. Ooh, a hair powder. We are having all the luck today. The only thing to be lucky is if I get a Drance Feather out of this, and that way I don't have to worry about picking one up. A map. Oh, right, of course, it's the last chest. I should have known. Should have known. Oh, we'll stick it there for now. What? Yes, Scorpion is very nice. I don't end up really needing the poison, because, you know, you just start one-shotting things after a while. But it's definitely nice on bosses. Yeah, it is. You're right. It's just fun. It's nice to hit something, though, and then let it die on its own. And it's very nice for late game with things that'll break your weapon that you don't have to hit 1,000 times. You know what's really crucial for? It's fighting Arthurs. Fighting Arthurs and fighting Geishas in the demon shafts, having poison is very helpful. Alright. I'm pretty sure this is the last floor before I have to teleport out. Because 15, I'm pretty sure, is the Divine Beast himself. Oh, one and done. I'll take it. Alright. Are you gonna one and done me as well? Oh, gone. Oh, and a stone. Ah, what a joke. Yes, it is. The Osmond with Starbreaker. Osmond with Starbreaker is good with anything you want to put on it, to be honest. To be real. Where's that stone? Here it is. Let's get this out of my inventory. What a joke. Stones are the most annoying items in this game. I absolutely hate the fact that they're lootable. There's my windmill. Do a joke run where the only thing I'm allowed to sell is stones. Sell 65,000 stones. Try to get the max money. I don't have a bunkie, and that is okay. We'll come back. That's the sound of a dragon shooting a fireball at me. There's a wall between us, so he's gonna have a hard time. Osmond with Starbreaker is, I think, my favorite character in this game. It's very satisfying just pressing X 1,000 times and watching things just stand there and accept their fate. Alright. hop in here. Look at that dragon. Shoot me, I dare ya. There's the bone key. I'm pretty sure I don't have the gate key. I did not. So. That is fun, yeah. The thing I don't like about machine guns is that their speed doesn't reset until you get it all the way to the bottom. So, the other thing is the lasers will always reset on fire. So you get their speed up to 99 and you can just shoot for days non-stop. You don't have to wait for them to reload. But yeah, they can be pretty funny. They're also generically going to deal less damage because you miss out on elemental damage. The lasers are all elemental damage all the time. And except for only 2 or 3 enemies in the game, elemental damage is going to carry you. Alright, let's open this chest. Who thinks it'll be a king mimic? No, it's actually something. Alright, let's guess the trap. We'll guess an explosion. Alright, excellent. And there's another oh, it's a bone slingshot. Bone slingshots are the worst. Bone weapons break my soul. It really hurts. Alright. At least it wasn't my primary. I've had runs where the only slingshots I get are bone slingshots, and I just die a little inside. Oh, good, another stone. Let's get that out of my inventory. Do it now before I forget. Alright. It'd be cool if stones did anything other than just poking people for almost damage. Stolen 2 items so far and they've been useless. Yeah, Bone Rapier can be good in number 2. That's because the way that weapon durability works in that game is entirely different, so you're not getting screwed. Let's see if I can get a Mimic Breaker off this guy. Wouldn't that be nice? Hit him with the nuts. Okay. Oh, I got the key again. That's the second time that's happened. You ever try to no-scope people? Well, 360 no-scope. Bats are a little harder to hit. Have some fun with it though. Where are ya? Ah, darn. Yeah, there we go. Headshot. Kids stay playing Call of Duty, but Dark Cloud was the OG first-person shooter. Alright, up. Ah, get down there. You gotta do something to make it interesting, right? I used to think the bats were the most annoying enemies in this game because their shrill squeaks really frustrated me, but I became to really enjoy them once you get used to fighting them. Because obviously they're also really annoying to poison you. Mage Slayer. Fantastic. Go slay some mages. Alright. How many playthroughs have you done? I've done a fair few myself, but it's one of those games I just played over and over again. I really enjoy playing this game. It can also be super fun to play a game, you know, pretty well inside and out. I like playing this game over and over again more than playing the second game. Like, yes, the plants are obnoxious, especially when they... most of them will curse you, so it's not quite as bad as getting poisoned, but they're obnoxious. The ones that goo you are the worst, though, I think. Let's see, I don't want to throw anything on here. Oh yeah, let's throw some more stats on it. So that gets that endurance up. save my antes for the Matador. And, upgrade. And, now we don't need to repair yet. Be good for a while. 18 shots. That's almost 18 kills. I say that, but this is the last floor, and that was the last enemy. So I think we're ready for the Divine Beast. Let me check my diorama. Yep. And I'm pretty sure I have everything. We have Laura's house, Paige's house, Almond's house, Hag's house, Strand's windmill, 2 other windmills, some bridges. Yeah, the dagger has very short reach and it's not very fun. The key to fighting the plants, if you need to use a melee character, is to use a Dran's Feather. That way you can run into it and have collision. So you want to run into it as fast as you can, that way you know you won't miss, and then spam your attack. And try to get a stagger combo off on it. It should be good that way. Alright, we're just gonna leave temporarily. So I can set up the village, and then we'll fight the boss. Alright. We'll set everything up and then look for chests after. Alright. Oh, one thing I'll do real quick. Germ analysis. Request is 25%. So we'll pick her up, rotate her, sit her here, and see if it goes down. Nope, did not go down, so move, pick her up, spin her, put her this way. As you can see, it's still 25%. Oops. My tactic to realize which way the house is supposed to face. Alright. 37. See, so this is the way you want to do it. So the house has to face this way for you to get that bonus. And that's just the easiest way to figure it out. You know what I'll do? I will put my house right over here. So it's not awkward at all that it's facing that direction. Alright. I like to build the village different every time I do it, make it fun. Yeah, the plants are annoying. Like I said, if you have a weapon that's got 25 to 40 power, you should take them down in 2 hits anyway. So, just try to take them out. The best way to fight them is just use a ranged character, as with most enemies in the game. You usually need to use melee characters if the character is really annoying about blocking your attacks. I thought that's Alnit's house. Oh, am I holding Laura? I am. That explains why it's not working. Here we go. Alnit. There we go. Carl. And then there's that. Alnit can go over here. Well, whoops. Rotate our house correctly. I'll put it right here. Yeah, longer swords are a good way to go as well. It's a good idea. Alright, prickly. That'll be for cash. Come on. There you go. Thought I was dead. You were the one in the bubble, buddy. She'll be inside. We'll get there in a sec. I'll probably just loot houses as I put them down. And then I'll check the houses that I had before. Alright. It would be really funny if you had to talk to the llamas to find out things that they like for the house. Alright. And we'll grab dinos there. I always thought this was weird that you had the exclamation point here. It prompted you, but you can't climb up. Yeah. Oops, crap. Sorry about that. I had to check something. Alright, so let's see. Oh, that's right, I didn't talk to Alnit. She's supposed to be around here somewhere. Somebody should be inside, but I didn't see her. Oh, there she is. She took Carl's spot. Fantastic. Alright. Okay, so now we can fix that house. Pretty sure it doesn't add any chest spawning spots for them. It does open the closet door on the inside, I think, but let's just get ourselves a fishing rod. And there it is. Alright. I always feel bad for Carl. Alright. Next on our list. We'll do Hag last, so we'll do Laura first. Alright. Yeah, you know this game is Japanese, since your cousin is talking about marrying you. Maybe I shouldn't have said that. Alright. And for those who have never seen this before, who are watching this for the walkthrough purposes, that might confuse you. So I'll mention it. This little girl is our cousin. And one of the things she talks about is that right here. We'll be together forever. But yeah. As I was talking about earlier, notice her card says Xena here. Yeah, you're right, Gotta have options, right? Well, I always figured that the character would end up with Paige. She always seemed more the type, but who knows? Maybe she'll end up with Carl. You know what's one of the funniest things about this game? Is that in the opening cutscene, there is a lot of villagers here. Easily twice as many as there are in the game, actually. And you see them during the Harvest Festival, and I guess the Fairy King just didn't save them all. It's just funny to me. Like, hey, whatever happened to the other half of those people? Like, you'll notice there's like 10 kids dancing around the torch, and yeah, ends up with Sam, right? You marry your cat girl. I mean, wouldn't you? You had your own little personal Neko. I guess at least she goes with you on all your journeys, so it makes sense. You never end up finding out who your father was. I mean, they talk to you about him a little bit here and there, but you don't get to meet him. Alright. I think I love those fourth wall breaks. Yeah, you're right. Well, so does Ruby. She also calls you Master. Or something along those lines. You gotta always do the Aladdin thing and set her free, though. Alright, let me throw my Grand's Feather on my hotbar before I forget. Not that there won't be opportunities later. Alright. Okay, Gaffer's Boogie. Alright, what am I doing next? We are looking for the next house to build. Paige's house is almost done. We'll slap her in there. Talk to her about her lamp. And get an inventory increase. You're not out here in the field, are you? Oh, there you are. Yeah, you're right. You don't want to, apparently you don't want to be called Master by Ruby. It's quite the status. Alright. I think I hit this, yeah, there we go. Alright. This has almost beaten my record for fastest clear of known village. 2 hours and 26 minutes since the start time. And that is counting cutscenes. So, pretty cool. Pockets. I've got a pocket in my pocket. Alright, inventory is now 70. I'm pretty sure there's a gourd and an apple to be had around here. No, he's got nothing for me. What a selfish man. Oh, I'm sure there's something around. I've had some interesting spawn places around his house. Sometimes chests will spawn over here in his lawn furniture. You ever look at his house just like, what happened? Is that a submarine or a blimp? And why is it up on a hill? Oh, whatever. Alright. We'll do Hag's house last. And put it down there. I have some windmills to create. A lot of people that are just playing for completion's sake, they throw their windmills like all in a row or in the same area. I like to spread them out for fun. So, put one over here. Have them face all different directions to be funny, but I don't think I have any fairy chests on the... Nope. Alright. Let's see. Let's throw that third windmill over here. Alright. Time for the Mac Daddy of all windmills. Alright, you can put this thing wherever you want, but, we'll throw it. I like having it as, like, the centerpiece. I think it... Yeah. I'll probably make the village look a little more lived in. Flavor is important to me, to some extent. Have some... Where's my road tiles? Oh wait, I need to have enough room for Hag's house here, so we'll move him like right here. And then we can have... I'll actually place Hag's house so I have a realistic idea where everything's gonna be. I'll leave him facing this way. Alright. Yeah, the river is fun. What I like to do with the river, the thing about pinwheels is you end up making it look like some certain things. I like giving things a moat. Moats are my favorite. I'll either give my own house a moat, or I'll put one around the, Oh yeah, then you had history class and you realized what your pinwheels represented, and that's why I won't be doing one on stream, for sake of, you know. There we go. We'll just have a cute little river here. I love building moats. I think it's the most fun. Another thing I like to do is build it towards the pond. Maybe that's I'll build the river this way like this. Have some fun with it. Right there. Alright. I love giving my own house a moat. You end up having to do that anyway with the Wise Owl shop. You know what's actually really funny is having 4 pieces like so, because there's a little spot in the middle. I always thought that was entertaining. But anyway, I'll throw it over here. Have a windy river. Some places to put my bridges. We'll throw a road here. I what, 9? 5 left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ah, I'll take away this one. Put it here. There we go. Beautiful. Lovely, even. I'm gonna throw some bridges down. Do I need another one? I may as well place it. I'll put it here. Cool. Am I missing anything? I haven't tricked out Hag's house. I haven't placed any trees. There. Let's see. Hag. Gee, I wonder what the 2 items will be for Hag's house that we don't know what they are. Alright. Let's land down here. Oh. Apparently it's dusk. Dino Slayer. Alright. Ooh, power-up powder. That is a lucky find. Alright. So, I'm going to do a quick overview, since this is a walkthrough, and I'll point out a few things. This is Hag's house. Hag wants to be near the windmill, facing the blades. Windmill can be wherever he wants to be, and people. Your house has to be facing this direction. Probably these stairs go this way, and these stairs go this way, and then basically face diagonally away from the exit and away from the mayor's house. Claude needs to be near Alternate. Alternate needs to be away from Macho. Macho needs to be near the cave. Laura needs to be away from the mayor. And Paige needs to be near the pond. It's pretty simple. See, 87%. The last 12% is the request from the village as a whole to save Dran. Once you get that done, the last 12.5% will be complete, and you'll have one happy village. Ah, there we go, stuck in there. Horn's key is what's necessary to take on Dran. Holy. There's always a lot of chests in this area. You can use first person mode to look around and make sure you don't miss any. Sometimes you get some hidden where you might least expect them, like in places like this. Alright. Fish candy. That'll be helpful for increasing the defense of one little kitty cat in particular. Here she is. We'll need to go in here. Here we go. Oh, she has 1 defense, which isn't usually a huge deal because you shouldn't be getting hit when you're using her. But some enemies will have ranged attacks or unblockable attacks. Alright. And this is a completed Norman village. Since I've already come this far, I'll go the extra step, and we will defeat the Divine Beast Dran before we call it a stream. Alright. Is there anything I need that I don't have? Alright, we have breads, we have cheese, we have those, we have gourds. We're pretty set. Have the key. Alright. It's time to go to another area. Divine Beast Cave, yes. The boss music for this game is fantastic. I hope you'll enjoy it very much. Alright. Listen to that beautiful music. So, here's how this fight works. You need to beat her in order to hit him, because he's in the air. You shoot him, avoid the fireballs. When he's on the ground, hit him with the main character, or you can hit him with her. He's only going to take 1 damage if you shoot him with her, obviously. But so, he takes more damage when he's in the air. For her, specifically. Wait till you get the line, there you go, take a shot, switch to the main character, run up, hit him with a melee attack. Be careful not to get hit when he stands up. You'll notice the texture on the floor is a little squiggly there. You want to be careful. If he gets a fireball off, it will destroy the floor. You just keep repeating this until he dies. He has roughly 200, 250 health. And you see we're doing about 11 damage in attack. This is the main character. Probably averaging 30 damage between the two of them per cycle. So I only need to rinse and repeat about 12 times tops, I imagine. There's a ring around the outside of the arena where you can run to if you're nervous or like getting him attacking you, where he can't destroy the ground. See how he destroyed the ground there? Sometimes he'll shoot forward and do like a dash attack. Just be careful. Oh no, that's instant death sometimes. Or at least it'll hurt you. Luckily I have the revival powder, so we're okay. I'm gonna take a second to use the Fruit of Eden. And heal my weapon, I suppose, while we're in here. That's what I mean about being careful not to get kicked. Oh, come on. There we go. before this hit. And continue. Gonna prepare my weapon here. It's getting dangerously low. Oh, crap. There we go. Alright, we should be on one of our last cycles here. Well, comes to a close. In the meantime, you can enjoy this awesome music. I'm trying to hit him without getting kicked. So I'm gonna fall in a hole. Gotta be careful. See, there it is. It's rough. Alright, luckily, didn't kill her. Because if she dies, you're in a rough spot. I probably should have used, I probably should have picked up some more revival powers before I started this. But, to be honest, they have to fall in their holes. Let's keep it to a minimum. I'm gonna start running to the edge to take the shots with her, so that way no more of this gets destroyed. Out of the way. Switch. Alright, we'll head over there. Get the attack. Ah, there we go. And strike. It's taking a little longer than I expected, but hang tight, folks. We will get through it. In the meantime, I suppose I could talk a little more about the game. Tran himself is the defiant beast that Kate is named after. He hates the fact that the beast in the cave. And usually he's the guardian here. And his presence alone protects the village from the monsters. Doesn't have been smart use a board there, but whatever, not a big deal. Oh, come on. Oh, crap, let's do that. That was close. Okay. What a pain that he did go there. That's okay. He does get up, as you can see, and then he's going to do a dash attack. I was already down, so now he's airborne again. He will not wait for you. Or at least, no, it seems like he might. Stepped on over here. I'll use this first. There we go. Now we'll repair his weapon. And continue the cycle. I got pretty lucky there. Yeah, that's a quick loop. Oh, come on, get up. Alright, and that is the Divine Beast defeated. He's gonna get down and talk to us a little bit. Alright. He's gonna give us a backstory about the Dark Genie, Big Bad, and everything we saw in the opening cutscene, and now the character knows what it is that happened to the world. Gives you the world map. So now we can go to other towns. And we can move on with the plot. Well, folks. Well, next thing to do is to come up here, check your Genorama analysis, figure out who's not happy. Let's see. So, one person needs their analysis fixed. It could be... I'll move the gaffer over here real quick and see if it's him. I'm pretty sure it's not, though. I'll throw him... You know, we'll take him off the map completely. Alright. Nope, so he was happy. Which is a decent way to figure out. Oh, I forgot to give the hag her stuff. That's what the problem was. Alright, there you go. So, let me put my gaffer back. Gaffer likes to be in the middle of the village, so he was happy right there. So now Dran's going to come back and he's going to teach us the windmill slash after he sees that we did good. Every village has a 100% reward for completing it and making everybody happy. In this place, the reward is an attack called the windmill slash. He's gonna yell at us and we're gonna gain knowledge. Yeah! Alright. Alright. Beautiful. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, that is the Nolan Village completed. I'm going to run in real quick so you can see Hag's event and throw my stuff in here. And then that'll be the stream. I will post this to YouTube and we'll have part 1 of this walkthrough. I'll pick up tomorrow with part 2 at the same time. Alright. take a peek inside, drop off my menu at the very least, and then we'll call it a stream. Alright. Check in our handy dandy manual. And yeah, that's fine. I'll throw my potato cake in there for now. We're gonna need it to do some fishing later. I wasn't planning on doing a lot of fishing in this playthrough, but we'll definitely end up doing some barren fishing and get ourselves, well, some better weapons. But for now, this is good. Thanks for sticking around, and I'll see you all next time.